My f23, husband m26, didn't do anything for my birthday. My husband and I have been dating for 3 years now, married for 1. I'm currently 6 months pregnant with our first. Today is my 23rd birthday, and I woke up super happy. I spent the morning cleaning up the house and taking out the trash so that I can enjoy the rest of the day. After that, my husband woke up and said happy birthday. No kiss or hug. But I was still happy at that point. I really didn't expect much from him, because he has a history of being an asshole on my birthday. But 2 weeks prior to today, he had asked me what I wanted as a gift, anything specific I wanted to do, etc. So I thought this time he would put in some effort. I went to get my hair done, came back home, and asked if he wanted to go to brunch with me. He just said no, he's busy. It hurt, but I took the dog and decided to go. This whole time I am hoping that when I get back, there will be a cake waiting for me, or some flowers, or that he had planned a dinner. I came back from brunch and asked if he wanted to go to the beach with me later, and he just said, "No, I'm cold." I just said okay and left. I still ended up going with the dog. When I came back, it was already dark outside. He was still just sitting on his laptop scrolling Twitter. I couldn't hold it anymore. I went into the bedroom and started sobbing a bit. I ordered a cake and some candles on DoorDash, and when they arrived, I sang happy birthday to myself and ate it in bed while watching a random movie. The day ended, and he still hasn't given me a single kiss or hug. I'm not talking to him much now, and he's confused and saying I'm overreacting, and that we can just delay my birthday. It's not like he had a whole year to prepare a flower bouquet and a cake for me. I already haven't felt loved and desired for months, but this was really just the cherry on top. I'm so sick of this. I've never felt more alone than now that I am married and pregnant. What's the solution for this? 1. If he has always been an asshole on your birthday in the past, then why did you marry him, and why did you get pregnant? 2. I think you should treat yourself to a late birthday present. Divorce papers. I guess I'm just confused why this is the guy you decided would be a loving and caring father and husband. I'm sorry this happened to you, but it sounds like you need to figure out whether or not you want to stay with this man. I ordered a cake and some candles on DoorDash, and when they arrived, I sang happy birthday to myself and ate it in bed while watching a random movie. I am married and pregnant. I already haven't felt loved and desired for months. He's confused and saying I'm overreacting, and that we can just delay my birthday. Why the beep did you marry him and wanted a child with him? Choose a better second husband. They generally improve after a divorce and therapy. I really didn't expect much from him, because he has a history of being an asshole on my birthday. This really jumped out at me. What do you mean? Because honestly, that statement alone makes me leery of this dude. I'm really sorry he didn't put any effort into your birthday. That sounds miserable, plus the discomfort of pregnancy on top of it. I remember being pregnant and miserable at 6 months. Sending you lots of love, and hope you can take an internet stranger's best wishes for a happy birthday, and hopefully happier ones down the road, Red Heart. This is what the rest of your life will be like if you allow it. I spent 8 years married to a guy who said my birthday was just another day to him. I cried every year on my birthday. He managed to ruin them all. I got a divorce. I told my current partner that he didn't have to do anything crazy or extreme, but I needed him to celebrate my birthday and fill my stocking at Christmas. He has not let me down once. I can't tell you the last time he made me cry, and we've been together 6 years. When I say, "Hey, this hurts my feelings, please don't do it again," or "I need you to do this," he does it. He goes above and beyond to make sure I'm taken care of, and so are all the kids. If he wanted to, he would. Unable to carry a child naturally. Cannot afford a surrogate, and under pressure 31F, 32M. Before I met my boyfriend, he went through a very complicated situation with his ex-wife. She had a miscarriage or an abortion, but he was never sure if the baby was his because she had been cheating. Another man even showed up at the hospital while it was happening and handed my boyfriend a box of condoms with a note telling him to tell his wife to use them next time. Later on, he got a tattoo with the date of that pregnancy loss, and even built his business around that same date. When we started dating, I already had a 6-year-old daughter. Our relationship was okay, but I often felt like I was competing with his past because he would talk about his marriage to his ex as if it had been perfect. I also felt a lot of pressure to have a baby with him. I did want another child, so I started tracking my ovulation and drinking fertility teas. Eventually, I did get pregnant, but I had a very traumatic miscarriage on Christmas Day. I lost so much blood that it scared me. Around that same time, I had found a lump in my breast. I put off my mammogram because I thought the lump had something to do with the pregnancy. When the breast cancer center called to ask why I missed the appointment, I explained that I had been pregnant. They rescheduled me, and that is when I found out I had breast cancer. All of this happened one after the other. The miscarriage, the cancer diagnosis, and before starting treatment, I had the option to create embryos, so I did. It was expensive, even with insurance helping. Now, 3 years later, things have changed even more. I found out I carry the BRCA2 gene, and I had to have my ovaries removed. My doctors told me it is not safe for me to carry a pregnancy. The only way to use my embryos would be through surrogacy, but the cost is around $100,000, and that is something we simply cannot afford. This past weekend, we were with my family, including my 2 baby nieces. My boyfriend kept talking about how hard it is for him to be around children who would be the same age as the one he lost. He also told me that I get to come home and hear someone call me mom, but he may never get the chance to hear someone call him dad. I am sharing all of this because I am looking for advice on how to deal with these emotions, what this means for our relationship, and how to handle the pressure and sadness we both feel about having a child. How would you navigate this situation? Wow, this guy is worthless, and you deserve someone who actually cares about you, not to mention your kid. Does he love you at all? He is making your cancer diagnosis all about him and his right to breed. Yuck. I am so sorry. Your oncologist should be able to recommend a good therapist. Please take advantage of that recommendation. Honestly, I'm sorry about your loss and diagnosis. But even if you could carry a child, the fact he is still hung up on his ex and reminiscing about a child that he didn't even know was his if concerning. Is he not choked up about yours? Honestly, this guy is just a narcissist. He doesn't care about you or your daughter. He cares about his ex and the life he had with her. After your traumatic miscarriage of your child, he has painted himself as the grand victim here. Why are you with someone who would ask you to leave a family event and note that they are resentful of you because you are a mother, and all for a relationship that's just okay? To be brutally honest, your BF's reaction to losing a fetus feels over the top in an unhealthy way to me. He seems like someone who feels like he's owed a baby from a woman, and dealing not just with grief, but with something else weird that I can't put my finger on but strikes me as deeply misogynistic. Boyfriend, dump him. I think my 32 male religious girlfriend 34 female is using me as a beard. Am I overthinking, or is this the end? My girlfriend of 2 years is from a religion against LGBT to the point her family would disown her. A friend and a co-worker both have told me they've hooked up with her both before we were together, so didn't think anything of it. I told her I've dated men, and she wasn't happy, so I asked her about it, which denied it. I believed her until today, when I noticed multiple LGBT dating apps on her phone when she was showing me stuff. I'm sure most people wouldn't recognize the apps, but my lesbian sister uses them, and sometimes asks my opinion on profiles. Having any dating apps is not a good sign anyway. I didn't pick up on it because I'm not a physical person and am uncomfortable being touched, so probably a pretty good option for a beard, but I've noticed she's only uncomfortable with men touching her, which could be anything, but probably not looking good for me. Also, the original story from the co-worker was from party 3 maleants into my relationship, and she quickly changed it to a party to 6 maleants before. I'll try talking to her again, but I really love her, and I'm so scared to ask her. Am I going to need to stock up on ice cream, beers, and tissues? Definitely sounds like she is gay, and she's cheating on you. Tell her you know, and that you understand she wants to hide it from her family, but that it's insanely cruel and manipulative to use other people like that, and you need to break up. I feel we can take sexuality out of the conversation and frame this solely based on her having dating apps on her phone, and the inconsistency in the 3-6-month story. If anything, the sexuality side of it softens the blow slightly, as it adds motive, but you'd be well within your rights to talk to her about this. I almost feel that mentioning it from the angle of liking girls would cause a lot of people in this spot to raise their defenses though, especially considering the pressure from her family's side, so consider solely focusing on the apps. It doesn't sound like an easy situation to be in. Good luck. Just like you, she might be bi. But being on dating apps is cheating, or at the least intent to cheat. You've got to talk with her. Maybe she's not cut out for monogamy, but that's something she needs to work with, and you need to figure out if you're able to forgive or not, and live in a way she wants or not. But either way, yeah, Looks like you'll be needing a tub of ice cream. Seen some comments about her still having dating apps, and I didn't put a lot into it other than I wanted to talk to her first, as I was hoping she forgot to delete. But I'm also just realizing as I typed this 2 years. Fuck 2 years. Not to be pedantic, but the term for a girl using a chap as cover is a frock. She has to know that she's safe and you aren't gonna out her. I'd start the conversation that way. Boyfriend, m58, won't get tested. I, f26, am positive. Been with him 3 years. He is dealing with medical issues. When I met him I noticed that there were physical ailments that needed to be checked on. He was very reluctant, but it became apparent and he finally had surgery. Also, when I reviewed his medical records, I noticed that there were some other issues. Sex has been difficult. We always use protection. I have asked him many times to get tested for herpes. He refuses. We always use protection. I have asked him many times to get tested for herpes. He has been promiscuous in the past and said that he doesn't want to get tested because it's just another medical issue. I want him to get tested, so if he is positive, we can just get on with it. He said that if he gets tested and is negative, he will probably break up with me. I told him so be it. He asked if he can get it from kissing me. I told him yes. We had that discussion early on. I am puzzled as to why he won't get tested. By the way, he quit drinking 1 year ago. Not sure what to do. Why won't he get tested? Well, after viewing your other posts, I'm presuming you're still with the same boyfriend who accosted you while drunk before his MRI for an enlarged prostate, didn't care that your dog of 16 years died, and now refuses to take herpes seriously. I'm sorry, but your boyfriend is an asshole. Why are you even with this guy? Am I the only one who feels that he might have AIDS/HIV and is scared for her to find out and report him? Yes, I had found out the person has something like that and fails to disclose it to intimate parties, it can be a felony. This is just fing nuts, and she's stooped to stay. If he's not going to take care of himself, why the hell sold you? Are you his mom? He's being a child, either leave him or stop complaining. He knows he has it. I have asked him many times to get tested. Yet I still keep fucking him, putting myself in danger to give him what he wants. Why would he get tested if he knows you won't do anything about it? Scared of what he will find.